Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you want to see how I get this nice, delicious, and super soft goat, then continue watching. To make our slow roasted goat leg, we are going to be needing the goat leg, of course. My husband did went ahead and cut it into two, but if you attach them together, that's the whole goat leg. You don't necessarily have to cut yours. And I have one lime I used to clean my goat leg. So what I did, I cut the lime and scrub all over that goat leg and rinsed it under some really hot water. I already did that step. And you are going to be needing one habanero pepper, and you are going to be needing a big old head of garlic. And I have 2 tablespoons of my Haitian Epis, or some call it green seasoning. If you don't know how to make this, go ahead and check the card above so you can learn how to make that for yourself. And I have some paprika, olive oil, and I have some sour orange juice that I'll be using. If you don't have this, you can use the juice of the lime. And I have 1 onion and about 5 potatoes, salt and pepper to taste. And I have some foil that I'll be using. And for some garnish, I have some sage and some thyme. You can use whatever herbs you want for your garnish. It's not going to be cooking with it. It's just to make your plate nice and pretty once we are done. And don't forget to check the description box where I will list everything I use in this video. So let's get cooking, guys. So what we are going to want to do is grab our Haitian Epis. And you guys, you will need an oven, obviously, to make this. So I didn't tell you what temperature yet because we are going to let the meat sit in the fridge for about 24 hours. And now I am going to be using about 1.5 teaspoons of my paprika. This is all I have left, so I'm just going to put it all in there. So approximately 1.5 teaspoons, just because I want that color. And I am going to be using some black pepper. This is a recipe you can make for the holidays. You guys know we don't eat pork, so instead of making like a roasted pork shoulder or something, we are choosing to make this instead. And you are going to want to add some olive oil, about 1.5 tablespoons of olive oil. And mix that really well. And I want to shake this first. And I am also going to add about 2 teaspoons of that sour orange juice. Ooh, this is going to be so good. I know it because I made it. And just mix that well. As you can see, there's so much nice, delicious herbs in that Epis. So I have parsley, I have thyme, I have garlic in there already. So that Epis is already like wonderful. It's already a wonderful herb or spice, I should say, on its own. But we just kind of jazzed it up with the extras. So now, as you can see, let me show you guys the meat. So I went ahead and put some slit, that way it can be easier for me to season. Actually, my husband, I should say, went ahead and did that for me. And we did butcher our own goat. Okay. So just go ahead and place that seasoning all over. As we are doing this, if you haven't subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and give this video a like. That will mean a lot to us. And if you haven't followed us on our social media platform, please go ahead and do so as well. I like to kind of taste the seasoning just to see if we have enough salt. So now this is where the fun begins. Clean hands, of course. Rub that seasoning all over that goat leg. I tell you, Haitian Epis is the truth. Like, you can't go wrong if you add this to any meat. I promise you guys. Try it for yourself if you're not familiar with it, and come back and thank me, okay? Because I know you guys will love it. So as you can see, I'm just rubbing it all over. Again, I'm going to place this in the fridge for 24 hours, but when it's done, I'm going to stuff the insides here with that garlic while it's roasting. So just like this, I'm going to cover it with some saran wrap and put it in the fridge for 24 hours. After letting that goat marinate for 24 hours, I went ahead and chopped my potatoes and chopped half of that onion. And I am just going to drizzle some olive oil on this. We are not going to go crazy with any seasoning in the potatoes just because I don't want any other seasoning to overpower the seasoning that I have in that goat meat. Because I kept that seasoning for the goat meat pretty simple because I still want the taste of the goat meat. Again, I don't want to overpower it with any strong flavors. Whoops, I'm losing an onion. And I went ahead and preheated my oven to 360 degrees. We are going to be baking this for 2 to 3 hours. Most likely I will be doing 3 hours because I want it to be nice and juicy and just fall off that bone. And I'm mainly just using the potatoes just as a bed to lay the goat. All right. So now this is part of one leg, just like that. And the other part here, I think I mentioned to you guys I was going to grab another piece. So this is another. So for those of you who love lamb, you know, like a nice leg of lamb, if you want to substitute with goat, this is what you will do. Just follow the same recipe. Even if you're making lamb, if you follow the same recipe, you should get a pretty good lamb. Just to kind of switch up your flavors. So now I went ahead and sliced the garlic. And I'm just going to insert the garlic in one of the slits that I made or that my husband made. I don't want him to think I'm taking all the credit because he will say that. But he did a good job. So go ahead and put that in there just like that. And I am just going to drop that pepper just so it can bring a little nice flavor when it's done baking. So I'm going to go ahead and wash my hands before I cover it up. So now I grab a couple pieces of foil and go ahead and cover it very tight. And the cooking temperature can vary. If you want, you can cook this in a 200-degree oven, but you're going to have to cook it for at least 5 to 6 hours. But I only have 2 to 3 hours, so I am increasing that temperature to 360 just so it can cook a little faster for me, but still nice and slow. So I'm going to go ahead and put this under the oven again for 2.5 to 3 hours, but no less than 2 hours, okay? Okay, guys, the goat meat have been in the oven. It's really hot for about 3 hours. Let's see here. I still have 10 minutes remaining. All right, it's looking good. As you can see, it released some liquids, of course. And now I am going to take a spoon and just drizzle that liquid on top of the goat. I can already see that it's nice and tender already, but we are going to put it back in the oven without that foil for about 30 minutes, just because I want a nice golden brown color on top, and I might decide to set the oven to broil after that 30 minutes is up, just so I can get it even nicer. Okay, so in the oven for another 30 minutes without the foil. All right, guys, my goat is all done. I did let it rest for about 10 minutes, so now I can go ahead and cut into one Like I said, I can already tell it is so tender. Look at that. I didn't even have to use any muscles when I was cutting it. Look how juicy and delicious it looks. And of course, I am going to taste that piece. So I'm going to go in with my fork. Ooh. I can't believe I dropped that goat, guys. So let's do this again. So I'm going to go ahead and cut into it. You see that? But this time I am not going to do it in a bougie way. I'm just going to use my finger. You see that? Nice piece of meat. Blow on it, of course. It just melts in my mouth, guys. It's like a roast beef. This recipe is definitely a must try for this holiday. Like I said, if you don't have goat, you can use lamb to make this exact recipe. Hopefully you guys try this recipe and let me know how you like it. Try it for Christmas. Switch it up. Go from doing turkey to doing goat or lamb. But this will do it for this video, guys. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Comment, like, and share. And one more thing, you want to go ahead and get rid of the grease on the bottom of the pan. You don't want to eat that. But like I said, this will do it for this video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, comment, like, and share. And don't forget to hit that notification bell to get notified every time I upload. I love you guys for watching. Continue to stay safe. Have a great holiday. Bye-bye.